Did we win? Oh, thank God. Ooh, 3-2 Chelsea leads FA Cup fifth round. Man, what a riveting, intense, edge of your seat, heart pounding kind of game. Just kidding. That was awful to watch. But hey, a win's a win. And after Liverpool, whatever, I'll take it. Anyways, welcome everyone. American Blues Podcast. This is your host, Harry Lee. Let's go over Chelsea versus Leeds. Honestly, I still feel dead inside after the Liverpool game. I think my soul left my body when Van Dijk scored, and I'm still out there searching for it. But like I said, right now, we need the wins, and I don't care if we drag our near dead corpses across the finish line like we had to today. A win is a win is a win, and I will take it. Now, starting lineup, pretty surprising who started, but I can understand we just played 120 minutes where the players were exhausted. So be it, make some changes. The one thing that I was really surprised by was Mudryk as number 10. I did not like seeing it, and I'm sorry, even with this goal, I still do not ever want to see that again. But we'll get into that a little bit. Gilchrist played, and you know what? I really like Gilchrist, so good on him. Chelesa came back too. Sanchez also came back, which I also don't ever want to see again. But let's go over positives. We scored 3 goals, and we won last minute, and we came back. So, yay team. You know, I suppose each of the goals were taken really, really well. So let's go through them real quick. First goal, Jackson. Honestly, proper striker goal. One of the few that he's had where I'm like, hey, that's what a striker actually does. You know, he had the ball, passed it out, received it back, held out against the defender, and then hit it through the keeper's legs from a really tight angle. Fantastic finish. And where we were at the game, I'm glad nobody really celebrated. He just told everyone to get back and keep going because that's what we really needed to do. Second goal, fantastic goal by Mudryk. And I will say, if Gallagher had been the 10, would he have scored that goal? Probably not, but very instinctive. The right position, right timing where he almost never is. Great finish. That is not an easy goal to take, especially at the speed that Sterling crossed it out to Mudryk, and that was a fantastic goal. And then third goal, great move, ended the game by Enzo, who I'm sure was absolutely exhausted. Honestly, he never gets, he rarely gets subbed out. And to make that final run, good pass to Gallagher, good turn, great finish. And I do think we deserve to win, but, you know, we certainly had our iffy moments. Now, let's get on to negatives, which I saw plenty of. You know, again, team is slow. It's so slow. And we're playing against Leeds, which, to be fair, is a very good championship team. And they're probably going to be in the PL next season. So I would say it's probably equivalent to playing maybe like a bottom to mid-tier Premier League level team. But we still looked so slow and just so off of it. You know, and just giving up stupid, infuriating goals. That first goal is just, you know, Sanchez, what are you doing passing it to Disasi that deep? I never really liked the way we set up when we try to beat the press from near our own byline. It just doesn't give our defenders that many options for passes. And you can see Caicedo came back at the edge of the box, already not a great position. He was being nearly triple marked. And I don't know why Disasi passed it to the side that he's not supposed to pass to. You know, he should have passed it to the inside of Caicedo, or maybe he could have turned, but no. Or Caicedo maybe could have passed it back to Sanchez, but he passed it onto the side where a player was already marking him. Complete suicidal pass. There was absolutely nothing Caicedo could do. Guy came out from his blind side, took the ball, put it away. Unbelievable goal to get away. And I think he even tricked the camera because the camera didn't even show the goal. We were still reviewing the previous play when they just suddenly scored. And I just came back and I was like, what the hell happened? And then, you know, their second goal, it's just, I'm getting really tired of seeing our defenders not cut out crosses. You know, the ball was floated in there out to way out in the wing, and Gusto just jogged out there, gave the guy plenty of time to control it and then make the cross. And then unfortunately, Chelesa lost his runner. And I'm not going to blame him all that much. You know, Chelesa does have that in him. You know, if you've been watching him the last few seasons, he's been pretty good for most games, but every game or so, he'll have that one moment where he'll lose track of his man and it can end in a goal, similar to today. But again, very preventable goal. Like if Gusto did his job and then Chalaba did his job, goal never would have gone in. And then, Leeds had plenty of other chances too. They had good attacks. And then most infuriating thing watching the game was, I don't know what Pochettino is saying at halftime. Like our team just comes out so flat and so deflated. I don't know if he's telling them to try to calm down, but honestly, what he needs to do with the 2-1 lead against Leeds, where I do not feel safe in any way, is to tell him to keep pushing. And if he wants to come out and say the players are tired, they felt like they needed to take their foot off the gas second half, fine. But honestly, like we're not playing that many games here. Like we're playing at most twice a week, most of the time once a week with an over-bloated squad. Yes, there are certain positions where, we just haven't had any rest, and that mainly includes midfield with Caicedo, Enzo. But a lot of other positions, we've had options, and the players should not be that exhausted where they come out after 45 minutes and just let Leeds run all over them at home. That's not, like, our game is not usually set up to defend and then counter. Our game is usually set up to be possession-based or really good pressing, and I did not really see either of that during today's game. And against a championship side, that's really disappointing. Another huge negative for me is Sanchez. I don't really want to see him play with the team. I feel like his inability to make medium to long range passes really puts a lot of pressure on the defenders to play out because they know that's their only option. They can't hit it long because we don't really have a long man, and Sanchez can't hit it long because he just can't hit anything past 10, 15 yards. And because of that, everyone's nervous. And he had multiple out passes today where it just either flew straight out of bounds or went to just absolutely nobody. Or I wasn't even sure who he was aiming for because it just went straight back to Leeds. And that's not good from your supposed number one goalie. So I don't want him to be our number one goalie. I don't see him as our number one goalie anymore. I think Petrovic has proven more than enough over the last 2 months that he should be number one. He's capable of being number one. He can make the shots. He can make the passes, and he just calms the whole defense down. Another big negative is I know Malo Gusto has been really, really fantastic since the turn of the new year, and he has been. But the last few games, especially Liverpool and today, I don't know if he's tired, if he's, being just run to the ground, which is definitely possible because he's playing that really high energy, run back to defense, sprint up to help out with attack role, which can be tough, especially for a 20-year-old. But he's been having some really poor decision-making. He had several passes in the first half that put our defense straight into trouble where he gave the ball away straight to Leeds, or he was just jogging back, wasn't covering his man, or another pass just hit him, easy pass, nobody was around him, and he miscontrolled it, and it just rolled out of bounds. So I don't know what's going on with him, but hopefully after such consistent good showings throughout the rest of the month, I hope he just does what he needs to cut that out of his game. Because if that's out, the rest of his game today was actually really great. He made some good moves. He helped out on the goals, and he's a constant threat on the right side where we don't miss Reece James as much. And that's not something I ever thought I would be saying earlier in the year. And then lastly, let's talk about Mudryk. Now, I know there's a ton of Chelsea fans who are constantly thinking Mudryk needs more time. Mudryk needs more time. Did today change my opinion on Mudryk? Absolutely not. Did he take his goal well? Yes. Did he have a few good runs? Yes. Did he also have a few runs that he should have made that he wasn't there? Yeah. Did he have a few horrible touches? Yeah. Is his decision-making in game still highly questionable? Yes. I still think it would suit him well to go on loan. He just doesn't seem right this entire, year and a half that we had him. I don't think it's just a confidence thing. I think it might be a mixture of a lot of personal issues, which I completely understand and sympathize with, plus feeling the pressure of that high fee that we paid for him. Maybe not feeling the love and confidence from the manager, but I just see him sometimes in games where he's just, if he isn't sprinting, he has no idea what he's supposed to do, whether it's off the ball or on the ball. But again, credit where credit is due. He did take that goal really well. It was a super important goal. It was the go-ahead goal at the time when we really, really needed it, and the team needed to feel that to calm down. And there were other moves where he had a run down the left side of the box where he took a shot against the goalie. Tough angle. Maybe it was better if he had crossed it, but it was a good move regardless. And there were other times when he actually got the ball, either turned, made a good pass, and he had that good scoop pass out to over the defense to Sterling, and Sterling made an absolute joke of it. So yes, do I want to see him more? Not really. I still think there are other options on our team that are more consistent than him, but I will say if he continues to take his opportunities like he did today, then so be it. Have him in the team more. I just don't want to see any more performances where he comes on the left side or in the middle and he just has no idea what he's doing. I also don't really want to see him as number 10. He's not a 10. I know he wears number 10, but certainly his game intelligence, his first touch, his passing accuracy is just nowhere near what a number 10 on a team has to be. That role must go to either Gallagher or Palmer or Nkunku whenever he feels like he can be healthy again. And lastly, Pochettino, I genuinely think if we lost today to Leeds at home, he would have been gone. There was just no way the crowd would have stood for that. So he can thank his player for just dragging themselves past the finish line. And I think he did live to survive another day. And who knows, maybe we can make a further run in the FA Cup than I originally thought. Next round is quarterfinals against Leicester. We should be beating Leicester. And then depending on how the other ones shake out, who knows? We might get lucky. We might not get lucky. But, all we can do is beat the opposition that's given to us. And today we did beat Leeds. So kudos to the team. On to the next one this weekend. So I will see you guys after that game. Peace.